Hey, hi, hello, everybody.
Pokemon is great, and Fakemon creation even better, but have you ever noticed that there are certain animals screaming to be turned into Pokemon that Game Freak have not even acknowledged? In order to help me out with this task of designing Fakemon for animals that have yet to become Pokemon, I've decided to team up with my friend down under, Neck Punch.
What's cracking YouTube? Neck Punch here.
We decided to both make Fakemon based off the same 6 animals, but designed them completely separate to one another, just to show off how 2 different artists can interpret the same prompt in completely different ways. We'll be covering 3 animals in this video, and 3 in Neck Punches.
So if you've come from my video, then welcome, and if not, be sure to check it out once we're done here.
Onto the list. My first suggestion for an animal due to become a Pokemon is a dolphin. Honestly, after being to Hoenn and even more recently Alola, it is literally bananas that we have not received anything even closely resembling a dolphin. Of course, we are hardly the first to notice this, as there is a vast myriad of designs for dolphin Fakemon spanning the internet. As I am Irish, I figured I'd take some inspiration closer to home. Off the west coast of Ireland, we have a very famous dolphin named Fungi. Fungi sounds like fungi. Fungi is a fungus. Next step, fungus dolphin. Finny fungus fish. Sporepoise, while resembling a dolphin, is actually an intricate network of fungi, having adapted to life underwater. Speaking of which, did you know that there actually are underwater fungi? It's pretty cool, not gonna lie. Instead of used for breathing, their blowhole would be used to blast spores at their opponents. Originally, I would have typed this guy as grass ground, with water absorb or dry skin, giving it a water type immunity. However, now I'd make it a water fungal type, a fake type created by, you guessed it, Neck Punch.
Now, I'm not going to get into the ins and outs of why I think the fungal type would be a cool addition to the game here, because we'd be here all day. But needless to say, this won't be the last fungal type Pokemon that you guys see. As for my dolphin Pokemon, however, I wanted to capture 2 elements of dolphins. One, the fact that people seem to absolutely love them and think they're so cute even if I personally don't get the hype. And 2, the fact that dolphins are ridiculously defensive. Like, they have a reputation for beating sharks to death just because a shark minding its own business happens to swim slightly too close to a group of dolphins with a baby. They remind me of that overprotective parent at a kid's sports game, or maybe the overprotective partner at a bar. You make the slightest remark or so much as look at this person's kid the wrong way and they go from 0 to 100. It all came together when I realized that there's a type of dolphin called the bottlenose. So introducing Dolphensive, the bottlenose Pokemon. They are extremely popular, known for their pretty coloring, cute noises, and adorable tricks. However, if one of their young is threatened, they become immediately violent, lashing out their eviscerating fins without so much as a warning snarl.
The next animal I chose was the Thorny Devil, an absolutely awesome looking little lizard covered in thorns. Who'd have thought?
I absolutely agree we need a Thorny Devil Pokemon. I mean, the Thorny Devil is basically a Pokemon already. My creation is Thornament. I think of Thorny Devils as one of the ultimate desert creatures, so I was imagining the ultimate desert Pokemon. This guy is a ground fire type, ground for sand, fire for heat, but he has dry skin, because a ground fire type with dry skin would be awesome. And I think it's justified for the concept as well.
Now me, being a big stinky cheater, decided to not only take inspiration from the Thorny Devil, but also the Horned Lizard. You may be thinking, hey, those are both spiky reptiles, how's that cheating? Well, the Horned Lizard has a very peculiar real-world ability. It can shoot blood out of its eyes. Introducing Spizard. Gamadiredina? Irosaur? I'm not too sure on a name for this guy. Leave any suggestions you have down in the comments below. This rowdy reptile resides in areas of rough terrain, mainly deserts and volcanic regions. Its body is covered in blood-red thorns, devilish horns, and the marking on its face resembles tears of blood, referencing the horned lizard's nasty ability. For typing, this thing could be a dragon, but if we wanted to take influence from another of Neck Punch's fake types, this thing could be Dragon Blood. Of course, regardless of its typing, as one last tie to its real-world inspiration, this thing fires its attacks from its eyes!
Wow.
Now, it's no secret that Pokemon is no stranger to molds. After all, we've got the Diglett and the much more realistic Drillbur families. However, there exists an almost alien-like species that is begging to be turned into a Pokemon. I am of course referring to the Star-Nosed Mole. I knew immediately that I wanted to exaggerate the main feature of this beast, its insane nose. The real-life mole's nose looks almost tentacle-esque, so what else could I do than give this boy a big ol' octopus nose? The way its nose ended up falling reminded me of an old-timey mustache, reminding me of the phrase, "You're gonna be a star, kid. You're gonna be a star-nosed mole, kid." Obvious typing for this guy would be ground. What else? Of course, as it's blind, maybe it could sense tremors to the earth, similarly to Toph from Avatar. Also, its nose can extend to attack, similar to the arms of Doc Ock, smacking its opponents around while keeping itself safe. Maybe it could have an ability to tie into that. Let me know any of your ideas in the comments down below.
Now, I promised you guys another fungal type Pokemon, so this one is mine. Before Dead Bedspread and I started this challenge, I'd been thinking about different potential fungal type combinations and what they might lend themselves to. Realized that fungal water would probably be something mold related. And mold sounds like mole. So in the back of my mind, I'd already decided one day I'd make a fungal water mold mole. And when Dead Bedspread picked the Star-Nosed Mole for this challenge, the time had come. Introducing Moldy, the mold Pokemon. I think the Star-Nosed Mole is a horrendous looking animal, so a Pokemon of it needed to look equally terrifying. The disgusting little star-nose bits have always reminded me of fingers, and I guess they function in a similar way. So I figured, why not make them straight up resemble human hands? And then adding the hands opened the door to incorporate Athlete's foot into the design, which I think made it even worse, but also better at the same time.
Thank you so much to everyone for checking this out, and an even larger thank you to Neck Punch for joining me for this extremely fun project. If you have not checked out Neck Punch's video yet, be sure to get on over there. Stuff gets so much weirder.
So come check that out. Dead Bedspread, thanks so much for having me and for indulging in this little adventure.
Thank you all for watching. I've been Dead Bedspread, and all the best.